Hi, my name's Denise Johnson. I'm an alcoholic artist. This is going to be a quick video about how to do a chicken using markers as well as some diluted alcohol ink. The substrate that I use is Corian. It is a solid surface acrylic material, usually used for countertops. My husband and I have a cutting board business, so I have a lot of this available to me, so that's what I use. So let's get started. I'm just using, these are Bic brand markers. I really like these. I actually like them better than the Sharpies. They just seem to be a little more intense in color. All right, let's just get started. Like I said, it's going to be a quick one, so I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking. So I just put in the basic shapes that I want to capture. Just kind of be free with your movements. Nothing too specific, no, not too technical. Just put down different colors of the markers to begin with. That's turquoise. Use a little bit of a purple just to get some color in there. Now I'll bring it down a little bit more. I'll go like this to clean off the end of the marker in case I've picked up other colors in there. There's other brands of markers out there, obviously. There's Sharpies and all sorts of other ones. The Copic, I have those too. Spectrum Noir, I have those. I don't know, I just like these big ones. Okay, and I go to my palette, which has, I actually never clean this thing, and that's pretty obvious. I just keep adding more inks and more alcohol to it when I use it. So this is a container of just the rubbing alcohol, 91% rubbing alcohol. So to reactivate my inks here, I just give them a good squirt. What I'll do though to start off with this picture is just put some ink, no, put some alcohol I should say, on my brush just to get things moving. I just like to start blending them this way. Try to keep the darks and the lights kind of clean on my brush, otherwise you'll end up with mud. And then maybe just drop a little bit of ink, see what happens. And just let it do its thing. I like the free look to my paintings, just nothing too technical, nothing too exacting. So here goes my hair dryer. Close your ears. I like how that looks. And I think I'll do the same thing. Put some ink or put some alcohol on my brush and put it up here in the comb of this here chicken. Let it spread a little bit. Just get a little more. Yeah. Here comes the hair dryer again. Chickens are one of my favorite subjects. I actually have a flock of them. It's where I get my inspiration from. There are characters. Bring this comb a little bit to the back here. Put another layer of the red. The more layers, you know, the more intense your color is going to be and the nicer it blends. And then I'm going to use a little bit off my palette of the red. And put it up there. Okay, it's looking pretty good. And then maybe just let's see, a drop of this blue. So you can see this palette here. I'm going to use the blue over here for the eyeball. And just have a little bit on my brush and just kind of keep dropping little bits of it to open up that eye area. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then I'll go back with a black Sharpie and put an eyeball in. Okay, here I'm going to put a wing. So I'll just go like this just to get her started, and then again just with the alcohol on my brush, and that should all blend real nice. Bing, bada, boom. It's turning kind of brown. Not real happy with that. Okay. How about some more red here? That's better. Catch that the blue marker there so it blends in. Then I'm just going to go back over this feather part and just go over it with my brush and just give it some definition, some lines, make it look like feathers. Looks pretty good. Maybe just some marks here to make it look like some feathers, give it some texture. Nothing too fussy. I don't like fussy. Well, sometimes I like fussy, but for my chickens, I don't like them fussy. Go over that again and let it blend a little bit more. Yep, with inks you can color outside the lines. I'm going to take a little bit of color away from that because it's getting kind of a muddy brown there. Not real crazy about that, but just get rid of it. And then go back in. I'll try this orange here from my palette. That's better. It's lighter. Give it another hit of that. And another one. Oh yeah, and then the feet, those claws here, I'll just go over the top of them. I've got a little bit of yellow on my brush. I'm just going to go over the legs and the feet with that. Maybe go back in a little bit. This is like a pinkish red here. I like things to blend. I don't like the lines to be too distinct. Like I don't want it to look like I've actually drawn something. Just kind of let it flow there. Now that's a nice color. So then I put some lines there, make her look like feathers. Okay, and I'm going to take my black Sharpie and give him an eyeball so you can see where he's going. There we go. And then what I'll do is go back with, I have some white acrylic paint. Get a little bit of that. And I always use my favorite pencil. One of my high-tech tools here. Put a little bit of that down on the paper. And I'm sure I'll put my hand in it. And then I'd give him that little bit of an eyeball there, just a touch for the part of it. And that's probably too big of a white spot on his eyeball, but that's okay. I can go back and fix that with more black marker. Actually, I probably should have done that last because I'm not quite finished here. Now I'm going to put in the background. I have alcohol inks that are diluted with the alcohol in spray bottles. One of my favorite tools. So what I'll do, I'm just going to like mask off the chicken because I don't want him to get too much of this yellow on him. A little bit's okay. And I'll do the background. Just squirt, squirt. And then kind of blow on it. Cover him up over here. Give him a little bit there, a little bit there. And then I have orange. This is tangerine orange. This is one of my favorite colors. This is a Pinata brand. Very intense. And I like it in the spray bottles. So I need another piece to cover his other side up. Well, this is just a piece of cloth. Just rip it up. Dry that off. Give him a little bit of orange up there. It's okay if it hits the chicken itself. Just kind of all blends in that way. This is red. I'm not even sure what brand. I just keep adding to it, so it's never the same color twice. And we'll do at the top of his feathers here. We'll give him an extra shot there to make that all kind of blend in. And there's my hair dryer. Noisy thing. Okay, I think I like a little bit more color right in between there. So we'll cover him up again. And I really don't want any more on the top here, so I'll cover that up. And then squirt, squirt, squirt. Okay, and then maybe just an overall squirt. And the hair dryer. Yeah, he's looking pretty good. I'm going to go back in with this dark blue and just define the feet just a little bit more. And maybe the wing. Come on, a few more brush marks there. And I can do his eyeball now, just kind of fill that in a little bit. I'll give him a smiley mouth. There we go. And then you can also, with the acrylics, go back in and just give him a little bit of accent here and there. I just put little dots, makes him look like he's got a polka dotted body. Maybe one here on his leg. Maybe some going down his neck, some little ones. I have a tendency to get carried away with the polka dots, but that's okay too, I guess. And then what I do to finish them off with Corian, this is really nice, is all I need is my felt pad here and some black ink, which I can't find at the moment, but black ink, oh well. I will have some in a bottle here, so I will just, this pad has black on it already, so I'll just give it a little shot of alcohol just to reconstitute it, get it active again, and then just run around the edges. And that's my frame. And there he is. I may go back and do a few more things to him, but I think that's pretty good. Maybe a little bit more alcohol up top side there on his comb, just to give it a little more texture, a little more highlights here and there. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. I like how these tail feathers blended, though. That's pretty. Maybe bring a little of that up in there. A little more tail action there. Okay, so I guess I'll flip her around. You can see what that looks like. I will spray it with Kmart. And I don't know, I may even add a little bit of glitter to it by the time I'm done. And that's how you do it. Pretty simple. Thanks for watching.